Welcome back to County Critters. With top animal cop Joe Botello, I'm Randy Swallow. It's the newest zoo in Clark County, just a short hop from Las Vegas in Moapa. I'm talking about Roos-N-More. Roos-N-More is an educational experience, privately owned by a husband and wife veterinarian team, and home to more than 160 animals.
We've got fainting goats, a zebra, two llamas, two Bactrian camels, a Z-donk, and a miniature donkey out here. And obviously somebody knows that we have treats.
Basically, it started with my husband bought me a pet kangaroo, I think it was 7-8 years ago, and we had one, and then we got several more kangaroos, and we were in Vegas at that time, and we went to visit a friend that had a camel, and my husband said, I want a camel. I said, well, we better move, and that was it. We moved out of Vegas into Moapa. We started getting a couple more animals and a couple more animals, and then the neighbors came, and the school kids came, and the teachers came, and everybody said, you know, we want to see the animals, we want to learn more about them. And I thought, well, if we're going to do this, let's do it.
And our potbelly pigs, I guess I should mention, we've rescued most of the potbelly pigs, and then the llamas and we have some emu down here that both came from like overcrowded situations where there's just too many animals, so they came here as well. So, you know, we kind of get our animals from all sorts of different locations. So go right ahead.
And so I contacted the USDA, made sure I got an exhibitor's license, and then I decided, well, if we're going to be a zoo, we're going to do it the right way. So we joined the Zoological Association of America, and we went through all the accreditation process, and so Jay and I became professional members. Our children are associate members, and the facility is an accredited facility recognized as a zoo.
And she's still just not eating.
I guess there's a need to care for exotic animals that were out there with our patients, and we decided that to care for them, we had to learn about them, so we got our own, started learning about how to care for them, and it kind of grew from there. And then got to a level that people wanted to come see the animals, so that's how Roos-N-More was born.
Hey guys, come on! Spike, Thorn, come on, wake up! Hi, come on! Yeah, they're I believe the second largest rodent, second to the capybara, which we just put in a permit for, so hopefully we'll have a capybara soon. Oh, hi, it's Spike. That's why you're so slow. This is Spike, and this, I believe, should be Thorn. Yep, this is Thorn. And they have like a 3-stage defense. So first, they'll rattle these hollow quills on the back of their tail, kind of sounds like a rattlesnake. And then the next thing they'll do is they'll puff all their quills up, and they'll do kind of a dance where they like stomp around. And then the last resort is to actually run backwards into you, and that's how they stick their quills into you. Now their quills are about 1/4 of an inch into their skin, so in order to do that they have to pull out of their skin. It's about the last thing that they really want to do.
So, I mean, I would eventually like to get 12, 15 acres and really be able to expand the facility and do a little bit more programs. We work right now with some of the special needs children at the school. We work with Green Willow out of Mesquite, which is a center for special needs adults. We are trying to work with the Blind Center. There is a therapist in Vegas that works with children with cerebral palsy and other things. We want to try to work with her. Our program is different than other zoos in that we try to do hands-on with the animals. Some animals have off days and they don't want to play hands-on that day, but for the most part, you know, we know which animals can be touched and interact with the public and other things like that. So just like the monkey here, that basically, you know, people can, instead of seeing the monkey in a cage, they can say, you know, I touched her hands, I looked at her feet, I heard her noises, you know, I felt her fur, and I think it does more of an impact on it. So I think maybe we'll get the message out there about conservation and saving what we have out there to protect these animals for future generations.
And then down here we have Mowgli. He is a red-fronted brown lemur. They're very endangered, actually, and he loves juicing his grapes. See, most of the primates actually only eat the juice on the inside of the fruits and then spit the skins. Hi. And Mowgli actually worked for Jack Hanna before he came here.
Really?
Yeah, so he's a career man. Hi, yeah, and you're so cute, aren't you?
Basically, she came from a private breeder in Philadelphia, so she would have either gone possibly to another zoo-type facility, but probably into a pet home, which, you know, there's pros and cons to doing that, and, you know, obviously I have one, so I can't say people shouldn't own exotic animals, but there's a certain way I think their needs need to be met, and we allow her to be a monkey. So a good, at least half of her day, she can run around outside, she can play in the dirt, she can do monkey things, she can interact with other animals, eat bugs, climb trees, you know, do things that a monkey would do in the wild. I think a lot of the problems with a lot of the captive animals is they're great at first, and then our lives get a little bit busier and more hectic, and they spend more and more time in the cage, and they get frustrated, and they have behavior problems and so on.
I don't know if you can tell, but there's just a tuft of feathers kind of hanging down right in front of his leg. That's his wing. And so when I'm talking to kids, I'm always like, well, so what do you think? Do you think he can fly? You know, do you think that little wing can lift him up? And the kids are, you know, it's obvious answer, no. So then we can tell them that they're the second fastest bird next to the ostrich as well, on land anyway.
We call ourselves an educational facility, and basically we are sticking the zoo in the middle of education. And so it's one of those things that we're going to learn about the animals. So when people come out to do our tours, they're all hands-on guided tours. If we go into the kangaroo pen, we're going to catch a kangaroo that has a joey in its pouch. We're going to try to open it up, the pouch, and show you the developing joey, talk about the joey and how it got there, and how kangaroo reproduction is different than human reproduction and other things, and really try to add some of the education in there, so kids are actually learning an awful lot about the animals, but they really don't even realize it. So it's kind of putting some fun in with the learning, and something that they're going to take home and do. I've gone to schools before, and finally had a mother call me, and she kept saying, little boy said, I saw a kangaroo today at school and I petted it. And she kept saying, no you didn't, no you didn't. And finally she talked to the teacher and went, oh my God, I didn't realize a kangaroo came to the school. So she said, I kept telling him, you're telling stories, and he really wasn't.
Joe, I know you didn't get a chance to come out to Mawapa with us to see Roos-N-More, to see their zoo, but it's really, truly an amazing place, and the love and care of these animals is it's fantastic.
The educational component is really important. Get people exposed to different animals and their needs so that they have an appreciation for them.
Very few cages out there. There's no carnivores, so you can get a real hands-on experience. And again, the folks that just care for these animals, they just truly want to share the experience with anyone that goes out there.
I think it's a great place.
You're right, you're right. For more information on this most amazing place, check out the Roos-N-More website at www.roosnmore.com.